It's your boy Jim. It's meant to stop being dirty. Stop eating dirty. It's up here. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know I love it out here. This is where I really learned how to protect my peace. You know, my property upstate is really it's a sanctuary for my peace. You know, nature heals. You know, if I just be quiet and just listen for a second, you know, just the nature waking up, the animals waking up, and it's just a beautiful thing, you know what I mean? But a lot of times, you know, I come up here and it is funny. This time was too, but my mind was very consumed this time. I just feel like, you know, life isn't easy, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's not easy being a parent. It's not easy working a job. It's not easy being a responsible human being all the time, you know? I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying? I've made plenty of mistakes growing up. I've been through a lot. I've done a lot. I've seen a lot. You know what I mean? And every day I just strive to be a better person. And I'm just sharing this with you guys to let you know that I have my hardships all the time. I deal with it all the time. Every day it's just a battle of picking and choosing what deserves your focus. I'm blessed enough to feel like the majority of the time I choose the higher road of what's able to consume my attention. But sometimes that certain person or certain situation slips through the cracks and you feel like it's a setback. But the setback doesn't matter because you're only human. So I just want to share organic. Oh my gosh. So I couldn't scream right now. I'm really gonna wake up nature. So it's 8 a.m. You know what I mean? This is how I live too, by the way. The last thing I said before getting into this blog. I'm always the first person up in the house. No matter where I am. Ever since I was a kid, I was always up early, you know what I mean? Before even the high school years, watching Saved by the Bell before school. Before that, watching my morning cartoon, whatever it is, I was always up early before the house. Just something about me, you know what I mean? I still am that person. So I'm out here to get some time to make this blog right now. And I want to dedicate this blog to King of the Dot. You know, I feel like King of the Dot. You know, let's be honest here. Though I have a rapport with Gully, with Organic. You know, better with Gully than Organic. You know these like main focus league owners. You never really get close to them. You know, that close. You know what I mean? They keep you at bay. You know, they have to play Mr. Cool. Nah, man, I've been in a penthouse suite with you know, a huge penthouse suite, like with a bunch of us in there, me, Past Day, a bunch of people from the event, chopped it up with Organic, good dude, you know what I mean? Me and Gully speak frequently, you know, till this day. Salute to him and the family he's built and is building. And you know, I just made me think about, by the way, none of that relationship stuff I was telling you about and being cool has to do with what we're going to talk about right now. We're not going to hold no punches. I just feel like I wanted to talk about the rise and the fall, you know, of King of the Dot. You know what I'm saying? Part of me looking like a girl trying to get in the club right now. It is brick up here in the morning. I know how upstate be, but so King of the Dot. You'll be like, oh yeah, they just had a tournament. Bill Collector won it, and before that, Saint won it, and things like that. Yeah, they did 2 back-to-back tournaments. That was in LA, and you know, and it kind of came and went. You know what I'm saying? Of course, people only love you what you did last. That tournament's a couple months behind us now. It's like where you at. But prior to that, it was where you at. King of the Dot kind of got wiped off of the map. RBE took that second place slot, you know what I mean, with URL in first place. And you know, there was a time where it was King of the Dot, it was no, it was, excuse me, it was Smack, it was King of the Dot, and it was RBE. And now you have that the roles has changed. You have to understand too, it's not easy running a league, keeping a league together. There's been plenty of names that's been like, and I remember when Black Eyes Cartel was in a running, or the Guerrilla Warfare. These are leagues that you don't hear of anymore. They out of here. It's not easy to maintain, and it's not a diss, it's reality. Where are they? So you have King of the Dot had end up getting that kind of aura to them. It's like what happened to them. You know what I mean? Now we understand that. So now I can't drop the certain name which you know and that's going around worldwide. They won't allow the video, whatever the case may be. So we're gonna say the dirtiness of the world, with which we all know had us inside for a while and things like that. That dirty thing. So that dirty thing, you have to understand one thing, and I don't think a lot of people understand this, and it made me want to make this blog about this. Well, first, before I get to that, so when that dirty thing went on, you know, there was no smack, there was no RBE, and then RBE stood up and said, "Yo, we're gonna do these distancing battles." I believe RBE was the first to do that. Wasn't RBE the first one to do the distant battles, and then Smack did it? Correct me if I'm wrong. That's I'm just curious. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Subscribe to the channel, write in the comments. I'm pretty sure it was RBE that Smack started doing it. RBE had some ill production behind it. I don't know how they were able to edit it so well, or maybe the artist they chose to do was a little less dirty than the ones I see. Because everyone else, because if it wasn't for those battles, I would have been like, okay, y'all could have fooled me that 95% of y'all don't live with your mother. But I can tell now, you do. But, I mean, seriously, there was still, like, Power Ranger posters behind y'all broken curtains. But, outside of that, you know, so you had all that going on. Could King of the Dot have done that? Yes. Should King of the Dot have done that? Yes. I swear, I think I had a conversation with them about where are you? Why aren't you? Mind you, now we're talking 2 years ago. 2 years ago, we're talking about the fall off, right? That's how long ago it started. That's why it's in such a bad position now. Not in the worst position because they have the tournaments. We're not saying that they're completely obliviated, but let's get back to the timeline here. So that happened. And now at this point, you're not hearing from them. You know, everyone's wondering where the events are. So it's not sticking out as bad because Smack and RB, they're not throwing events either. Nobody is. Nobody's outside. Then the doors start opening. You have Smack ends up you're able to get the test, and now you're able to battle in a small setting. RBE has the same situation. Now, I want to speak more on Smack right now because at this point, I wasn't too in tune what RBE was doing. I feel like this is when Smack was really starting to put his foot on everybody, because he really was being consistent. They got the caffeine deal. All this is working out to their favor because now they have a studio where they can do it. Everything is following the guidelines, and now they're in LA. It's, you know, they're able to fly everybody out, and whoever they want to book, they could put here as long as they pass this test. You don't even have to have the card and all that. It was just a test. Take a test and you can get booked. It's pretty simple if you think about it. Another thing. So then RBE starts doing that. Again, I don't know. See how I said before? I think RBE did the social thing first, and now I think Smack did the first event in the physical. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, because this ain't about y'all. This is about King of the Dot. Because the one thing, I don't know who did it first, Smack, RBE, or Smack. I know King of the Dot didn't do it at all. So now we have the social distancing. Oh, damn, I don't want to mention all that crap. Well, now you have the those battles, and then you have so you had those battles where everybody did it from their mom's basement, and then they have the quiet setting type energy battles where you have to get the test, and now both of these big leagues are doing it. King of the Dot's not doing neither. They're not doing neither. Now we're back outside. Now this is the step 3 to this fall of where King Dot was. But now I want to tell you something. Those first two outside. Now hold on, let me finish so I could really wrap this up. Because I haven't even dropped the haymaker on y'all, which I don't understand. Now part 3. Now they're starting to throw events. Smack is throwing events. RB is throwing events. This is all before King of the Dot has made a return. Do y'all remember how long it was for King of the Dot to throw an event, come back? Do you remember how long that was? Why? You see that people are able to get this test, and you can throw an event, and you wait so long, and you don't even throw a primary King of the Dot type Canada event. No blackout, no big or no organic versus gully, no whatever they do, those big name battles those big event battles that they have out there, they didn't do any. They still haven't did any. There is no big, you have to understand, this is a Canadian league. They need the big league, their biggest events happen in Canada. You're to this day, right now, to the most recent conversation I have had, they have just, in the recent weeks to a month or two, able to book events in Canada. You're just now able to have social functions with this many people allowed in the event, in a vicinity next to each other in Canada. You do understand that is a different country. It's a whole different country. Their rules are way, way different. Their laws are way, way different. So let me throw in this one fact. They're not even allowed to have done it. They're not even allowed to have done this. Now that they're allowed to, I hear this person gets the call, that person, I got the call. Big event coming up. What's up? We back with it. Gyms, we need you. This person, we need the big names, big battles, big everything. We're gonna. Then you have this issue. You don't need to just have the a clean test. You have to have the you know what card. You need that. And that right there, between the lockdown that continued over a damn near a year, then everywhere else, then where RBE goes, then why do you think they ended up just doing the LA thing? But that's not what they do. That's not where they're going to get their big core fan bases in Canada. They're a Canadian league who wasn't allowed to throw leagues in Canada. Now you want to throw in the fact that, look at the setbacks. So now they try to throw this card in Canada, and put it this way, I heard that if there's 20 people who they wanted to put on this huge card for their Canadian League comeback, which, that would be 10 battles. They would end up have been 1.5 battle. That's how many people would have been cleared to go into the country because of. So I just want to let y'all know and remind y'all, yes, what I said in the beginning. They could have did the social thing, but when I spoke to them, they just didn't want to look like they were doing what everyone else was doing. But this is an advice to them if they end up watching this. Stop. Everybody's doing the same thing. Everybody's copying each other. Every steel sharpens steel. That's a positive way to say it. Copy is a negative way. At the end of the day, everybody's doing what they doing. Everybody's taking talent. What's up, Pat Stay on Smack? What's up, Sharon on Smack? What happened to build your own talent? What happened to build your own talent? What happened? See, this is what I'm saying. I love URL. I watch URL all the time. I have the rapport that I have like this. If I run into people in URL and we chop it up and we laugh and we giggle, that has nothing to do with the business side. If you do something dirty, I'm going to point out the dirtiness. Talking about build your own talent was always a big, huge thing. I've never heard one person say, so why is Sharon and Pat Stay, who was built from King of the Dot, two foreigners? They're foreigners. They're on Smack. Probably can name a few other, but these are the two that come to mind. You know what I mean? And then I mention that because the stigma that is stuck, disgustingly dirtiness stuck that has been put on King of the Dot by Smack, art, staff, and fans in battle rap have tried to put on King of the Dot and say, why don't y'all build your own talent? What they have built Canadian talent in Canada that is consistently now battling on URL. But it's okay when you do it. It's okay when you do it. We're not gonna say nothing. It's fine. It's all right. But you know, don't you go booking our Charlie Clips organic. You better leave us alone. And it goes the same for RBE. And I just feel like enough is enough with that stigma. Like, you don't own anybody. You know, you try to. Them dirty contracts, you try to. Like when I was talking about with the A word thing. And this is the thing too. It's like, you don't book an A word, real quick, just to mention, you know, you don't want to book an A word because you feel like he won't sign a contract. So he's gonna get bigger with URL, and then he's gonna go back to RB and go back to King of the Dot, and bro, enough of y'all already. He already has a name. What's the difference between Sharon and Pat Stays that you booked with no problem? What's up with those people? You know, don't pick and choose when you're trying to be something in this world or stand by something, because your word and your principles don't mean nothing when it's selective. You can't say you're loyal because you're a great friend, but every day you're playing your wife and taking the risk of shattering your family. But you know how we do. Nah, I don't know how you do. Don't call yourself loyal. Pick a different name. You can't be selective with those things. That's just not how life works. If I'm a good friend, I'm a good friend around the world, because I wouldn't call you my friend if I wasn't good to you. So that's just how I see things. And, you know, I just wanted to take some time today to make y'all realize that outside of just not wanting to do a social in your house battle, King of the Dot got fed a real. They drew the short straw, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate, man, that people don't see that, you know, and like, yeah, the facts are the facts, and they fell down a notch, but that is not from their control. They're literally being controlled and not allowed to have thrown any form of event. And they even went as far as saying they missed the game so much, they want to give out to the game so much, they love the fans so much that they went and did a tournament. A bunch of Canadians did a tournament in Los Angeles. You know, you got to give some credit to that, man. Yeah, people kind of forget that these people are from an entirely different country and still putting together this form of display of entertainment, you know, with 100K behind it. You know what I'm saying? And was able to grab a deal behind the scenes without even putting out consistent work. So I just wanted to say, you know, that just to point out like the facts of why, you know, people have, you know, stepped back and fell back. But I you know, sometimes in life things are out of your control. And just to end it with this, I just want to say that we'll salute to them, and I hope that everything does come together soon for y'all. You know what I'm saying? A fall off is just preparing you for a better get back. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's been situations in my life that I feel like if it didn't happen, it wouldn't have made me the person I am now. I wouldn't be the man I am now, have the mind state I have now. So I'm grateful for the hardships that I've been through in life, because it made me who I am now. And we have to just be able to overcome those things and understand that whatever's put in our path, we can strive and get through it. You know what I mean? There's going to be bumps in the road. People are going to hate. People are not going to believe in you. But most importantly, you have to believe in yourself, because whatever's meant for you can never be taken from you. Without making a change, nothing will change. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button, that dirty notification bell. I'm going to go for this morning run before the kids get up, and continue to protect my peace. Hope y'all be good out there. Stop being dirty.